Relationship, dating, and marriage. The truth no one tells you. Most people think a relationship and a marriage are the same thing. Two people in love, spending time together, building something meaningful. But here's the truth. A relationship can feel like freedom. Marriage feels like responsibility. And the moment people confuse the two is the moment things begin to fall apart. Here are the truth no one tells you. 1. Why people confuse relationships and marriage. At the beginning, everything feels the same. You talk every day. You spend time together. You feel emotionally connected. And because of that, many people assume if we're good in a relationship, we'll be fine in marriage. But that assumption is where the problem starts. Because relationships are often built on feelings, excitement, attraction, while marriage is built on structure, responsibility, long-term alignment. And if you don't understand that shift, you enter marriage with the wrong expectations. 2. Freedom versus commitment. In a relationship, there is always an invisible exit door. Even when things are serious, there's still a mindset of, if this doesn't work, I can leave. That creates a certain level of freedom. You give, but not always fully. You stay, but with conditions. Marriage changes that completely. Now it's no longer, if things get hard, I'll leave. It becomes, if things get hard, we work through it. That shift is not emotional. It's mental. And many people are not prepared for it. Because commitment means staying during discomfort, choosing the relationship daily, working through problems instead of avoiding them. 3. Feelings versus decisions. Relationships are driven by feelings. You talk because you feel like it. You show up because you want to. You express love when emotions are high. But marriage doesn't survive on feelings alone. Because feelings change. There will be days when you don't feel connected. You don't feel understood. You don't feel the same excitement. And in those moments, feelings are not enough. Marriage is built on decisions. The decision to stay, the decision to communicate, the decision to fix what's broken. This is where many relationships fail after marriage. Because people expect to always feel in love. Instead of choosing to act in love, present moment versus future building. Most relationships live in the present. You enjoy each other's company. You go out, you laugh, you create memories. Marriage, however, is about building a future. Now you're thinking about finances, family, long-term stability, shared goals. It's no longer just, do we enjoy each other? It becomes, can we build a life together? And those are two completely different questions. Because someone can be fun to be with, but not ready to build with. 5. Image versus reality. In relationships, people often show their best side. They hide flaws, avoid difficult conversations, present the version of themselves they want to be seen. But marriage removes that filter. Over time, everything becomes visible. Habits, emotional patterns, weaknesses, attitudes under pressure. You don't just see the person, you experience them fully. And this is where many people feel shocked. Because the person they loved is not the same person they now live with. But the truth is, the signs were always there. They were just easier to ignore before commitment. It's choice versus responsibility. A relationship is largely based on choice. You choose to stay. You choose to give. You choose how much effort to put in. Marriage adds responsibility. Now it's not just about what you want, how you feel. It becomes about what you've committed to, what you're building together, how your actions affect the other person long-term. Responsibility means showing up even when it's hard, being accountable for your actions, thinking beyond yourself, and this is where maturity is tested. 7. Why relationships fail after marriage. Many relationships don't fail because love disappears. They fail because expectations change. People enter marriage thinking, it will feel the same, nothing will change, love will be enough. But then reality sets in. Responsibilities increase, pressure builds, differences become clearer, and suddenly, the relationship that felt easy starts to feel heavy. The problem is not marriage. The problem is misunderstanding marriage. 8. The psychology behind the shift. In a relationship, your brain operates in a reward state. Excitement, dopamine, novelty, everything feels new. In marriage, the brain shifts to stability, routine, predictability, long-term bonding. And for some people, This feels like loss of excitement. But it's not. It's a transition from temporary emotion to stable connection. What actually makes marriage work? Not love alone, but respect, communication, emotional maturity, shared values, consistency. Because marriage is not sustained by intensity, it is sustained by stability. Lastly, the real difference. A relationship asks, do we feel good together? Marriage asks, can we build, grow, and survive together? Final thought. The truth is simple. A relationship is where love begins. Marriage is where love is tested. Because it's easy to love someone when everything feels good. But the real question is, can you stay, grow, and build? When things are no longer easy, follow Working Truth for deeper insights on relationships, marriage, and human psychology most people ignore.